I'm Victory Knight. I'm coming to you from Purdue University College of Veterinary Medicine, Leagues of VetaHuman. Welcome to season 2. Peak Phoenix is fighting off some germs, so I'll be hosting our VetaHuman Live today. So we're going to be kind of following up on our journey for our VetaHuman in trainee, Celestial Seraph. Thank you for being on our show today. We just have a few little questions to kind of update our followers. So how long have you been in vet college now?
Wow. I think we are on week 8. I think we're on week 8.
Okay, how's it been going? Kind of update us.
So far so good. Like just today I got back 2 exams. I got 100 on one of them and I got an A on the other. So really good so far.
That's great. Congratulations. Okay, good. So I know you did really well studying and everything because you got great grades. So kind of update us. I know last time you mentioned your goal was to kind of finding time to make Anki's. How's that going? Have you changed anything with your time management?
Oh, whew, okay, let me That's so funny because before like coming here for the interview, I was like working on my Anki for physiology since we have an exam on Monday. Um, I still think I am working on it because for the histology exam that we had today, I had to like make that Anki kind of like last weekend
Hmm.
within like 2 days. That way I can get adequate like time into study. But I feel like what kind of like stopped me from gradually working on my Anki was mainly because we also had to like study for anatomy, um, and also still like study for physiology and then still do like VSAC quizzes and whatnot. So all of that put together and then trying to balance that with going to the gym or like any other like going out activities. I was just like, weighing my mental health or my academic.
Okay, that's good to see you still working on the Anki's and time management, with everything with all the exams and everything coming up. So
Mhm.
I know you mentioned all of the exams. So what kind of has been your biggest challenge over the month, and how have you been overcoming it?
Still is still making now keys. I'm still trying my best to do them usually during my lunchtime. So when I'm eating lunch itself, cause we get like a whole hour. When I'm eating lunch itself, that's my time to not do anything. Like that's my decompression time. I'm eating, I'm relaxing, I'm doing what I want. But once I'm finished eating, then I will like work on the Anki for the rest of the lunch period until it's like the next class. Um, so I've been practicing doing that. So literally before the interview, when I finished eating my lunch, I went immediately and started working on the Anki. So
Okay,
I know I'm
cool.
doing it.
Yeah, that's good. And make sure you have some time for yourself during lunch, and then kind of getting what you need to get done. And
hmm
then, do you use any other studying strategies or anything that you've changed besides the Anki, or you kind of just been sticking to the Anki?
Yeah, pretty much sticking to the Anki and like writing over um like terms or stuff that I'm not familiar with. So I said like during the last time I'm always like I have a stack of loose leaf paper and if I don't understand something or a concept, I will write that concept
Yeah.
down a million times until it's stuck in my head. So if the question is like what color is the sky and I have no idea that it's blue, but the answer is blue, I'll write 50 times on a loose leaf paper the sky is blue. So when I see the question, what color is the sky? I'm like, I wrote that 50 million times on a paper. The sky is blue. So I'm still doing that with my Anki to kind of get it stuck in my head. So yeah.
Okay, good. So, kind of besides all the studying and everything, like, what's kind of been the most enjoyable part from like last month?
Aside from studying, still like Taekwondo. So I'm supposed to be testing for my red belt, which is like seriously overdue. Like, I contacted my masters from my undergrad, 'cause that's where I started Taekwondo to begin
Hmm.
with in undergrad. And they were all like, yeah, I don't know why you're not a red belt right now. You need to like test your overdue. Like all the things to be a red belt. You just need to actually do the formal testing. So I've been practicing with the taekwondo group here, like all the extracurricular stuff, and then like asking my masters and my mentors in my undergrad what else specifically I need to know so that when testing comes up in December for them, I drive over to Iowa and then I
Okay.
take my test over there. So like it's been kind of exciting just like going over my stuff and showing like videos of me doing my poomsae or whatever to my masters and whatnot. And it takes like a break off of veterinary
Yeah.
medicine.
Well, good. We'll be wishing you luck on your red belt.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I know in your last mention you said that anatomy was your favorite class. Is it still your favorite class? And if it is, why is it not if it's not? So kind of just update us if how's it going?
Yeah, I think for now I still is my favorite class. The most interesting thing I learned, let's see, probably it's probably gonna sound really bland, but like the digestive system, in the abdominal cavity, I think that's the most interesting. Maybe because I'm like the most familiar with it, but actually putting all those like organs together, like the liver and the jejunum and the colon and all that, and actually seeing it, like form a shape and coming together. And then when you like open a cadaver and you like see everything like right there, you're like, oh wow, it's like coming together. So I think that'd be like the most interesting thing to me, like application, like actually seeing it happen.
Good. It's nice to see you still sticking to the anatomy being your favorite
Yes.
class. What has been the best lab? It can be whether in anatomy, any other classes you've done.
Probably in VSAC. I like the hands-on approach in VSAC. Um, for me, it probably like my most favorite one was the most recent-ish one that we've done, which is like giving oral meds to a horse. I love working with horses, period, but I've never been able to like actually give oral medication by myself to a horse. It was always like with a veterinarian back home, and I was always like wondering if I could actually do it myself because I'm literally only 5 feet, and horses are way bigger and taller than me. So when I found like out a method on how it works, even though I'm short, to give a horse medication, I thought that was really fun. And I can like apply it to any situation now.
Okay, that's great. Yes, hands-on is the best way to learn. So
Hmm.
let's kind of talk about some personal care. How's the sleeping going? Are you eating healthy? I know you're doing your, your exercise, but kind of elaborate on that. How's that going?
Okay, sleeping, at least for this week, I don't know. I've been putting that on the back burner mainly because, anatomy exam was yesterday, histology was today, and then physiology is Monday. So that's like back to back to back. So I did not have much sleep this week. And then I was gonna go to the physiology lab this morning. I had my whole alarm set and everything. But then when I woke up to my alarm and I had 3 bags under my eyes, I was like, no, because that whole lab was optional and I'm not gonna like sacrifice my sleep for optional lab, especially with the histology exam that was like today. So I like prioritized my sleep and well-being to be prepared for that histology exam, compared to going to an optional lab. And that lab probably isn't going to be until like tested on until like I think exam 4, and that's like way off. So priorities. um and in eating, I'm always eating healthy. Like I work for apples, like a horse. Like like anything, I'm just like yes, apples or oranges or whatnot. I always make a protein. I always have my vegetables. I have my set of carbs, only like to provide energy, but the proteins and vegetables way higher compared to like the carbs.
Well, that's good. Making sure you keep, yourself as a priority. And then
Hmm.
what's kind of one thing you did for yourself since the last podcast?
One thing I did for myself. Yikes. Uh, you know what? I read a book. I read a
Yes,
book
it's
that
great.
wasn't my like on my career. Like I normally like I love reading. It's fun. It's relaxing. I get to be myself. It's nice and quiet. And leisurely reading I hadn't done much of. And I usually like to do that when I'm deep conditioning my hair because that takes like 30 minutes. So I want at least 30 minutes to read. So that that's the one, leisure reading.
Okay, perfect. That's really good. And then what kind of is your goal for next month?
My goal for next month. Next month is what? November? It's all blending in. Actually knowing my Poomsae for my next belt. That's my goal. Because I know 3/4 of it. I just need to know the last bit of it. So by next month, I should really have that down and be like set for my belt testing.
Okay, yes. Making sure. And then what has been your biggest win this past month?
Getting 100 on that exam. 100. I was like, 100? Stop playing with me. Oh my God. I said, this
Yes.
isn't real. This is not real. And then when I saw my next exam and it was an A, I was like, what? That is a win. So,
That's good. That means all your hard work is paying off and all
yeah.
your studying as well. So that's really good. Is there anything else you want to share with us, like our viewers? Words of experiences or words of encouragement?
Um, don't feel guilty for taking time for yourself. Like I felt a little guilty this morning when I decided to sleep in to be more like psychologically prepared for my exam. But then I thought more about it and I was like, no, you need sleep to live. Like you're human. You need to sleep. Don't feel guilty about that. You were missing out sleep on the previous days of the week. So you deserve this sleep. You should be sleeping. Don't feel guilty about it. So, yeah.
Yes, 100% agreed. You got to give yourself some slack and you do your part. You got to give yourself some credit for all that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for being on the show. You can learn more about the League of VetaHumanz superheroes at thevetahuman.org. If you like this episode, please subscribe, rate, and share with your friends. And remember, use your powers for good.